Okay, Brad Holmes might have aced the first couple days of the NFL draft. I have two moves for you that I want to just, I guess, highlight and really dive deeper into how good this is and how it kind of went under the radar. The initial reaction when these moves were made, these draft picks were picked, was a little like, oh, I don't know, what are we at? But if you look a little deeper, they're outstanding. I've got two moves for you. The first one is the selection of Jack Campbell. Initially, I think we're all just like, linebacker, analytics. You don't take a linebacker, you can find them later. But then there's those special linebackers. Take a look what Hawk Central, so this is a publication out in Iowa. They did an article about what the Detroit Lions can expect in this guy, what they're getting, what are we truly getting. And so Campbell was Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year and an All-American. Okay, that's the first thing, right? Just production's there. He's the guy in the middle of the Iowa defense that everybody knows is incredible, and they get no help on the other side of the ball. They're constantly on the field. They just don't give up points. It's hard to score on them because he can defend the run and the pass. And you're like, well, is he athletic enough to stay with this guy and this guy? Yeah, he is. Okay, so that's the big deal here. Let's go look at the positives. He's 6'4", 250, and runs like a safety with, this is just the perfect line here. He runs like a safety with the tackling power of the defensive end. So if you look at all of his three cone, his 10-yard splits, 20-yard splits, his vertical jump, if you put it all together in a RAS score, raw athletic score, you can get anywhere from 0 to 10, 10 being the absolute best you can get. They take into account your size, your everything, and 10 is the best. He has a 9.98. He's almost a perfect athletic score. And so we think he's too big and he's slow and it's Big Ten football and it's all that. No, we all of a sudden have a linebacker now that is the truth. We have not had a linebacker with even come close to being like this guy since Chris Spielman. You know, you look at some of the successful linebackers like Stephen Tulloch. He was shorter, a little smaller. I mean, this is a legit huge linebacker that is fast, athletic, faster than Spielman, more athletic than Spielman. I'm not comparing him to Spielman or say he's going to be better. I'm just saying that he's got the potential, and we haven't had a linebacker like this. So now all of a sudden you really complete and round out your defense, and you really understand, yes, we talked ourselves into the Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez. Nothing against those two guys, but Anzalone just a couple of years ago was just a fill in a blank. We need you at a linebacker. Now he's developed and gotten really good for us and is a nice and deserved and got a good contract. Perfect. He's still going to be there. Malcolm Rodriguez, fell in love with him. But if we don't have him come out of nowhere as a 6th round pick, we would have been in big trouble last year. But he even him, he's undersized, all this. He's a great story and a great player. But now Malcolm really is part of this rotational linebacker piece, and he's not your mainstay guy. That's not what Malcolm was ever going to basically survive doing that. And our defense was never going to thrive and be great with Malcolm Rodriguez being the main guy in there. Now Jack Campbell. Now you bring in a 6'5", 250-pound athlete. This guy's an absolute athlete. He can cover. He's quick. You say, well, he's not. It's just not true. It's just not true. He is. So that's the first move that you go, you solidify both the need and best player available at that time. The next one, I don't have any graphics or anything. I'm just going to talk about it and just really talk through this. The next one is Brad Holmes was trading up, trading back, trading up, trading back, getting picks, getting different things. Sorry, I got something in my eye. We'll just power through. But he, and while I'm thinking about this and when I transition to the next one, let me know your favorite draft pick so far. But the next thing that we do, we transition to Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker, 3rd round. You get a 1st round talent in the 3rd round, and it's just incredible because he is a guy that's super talented, but he's not going to pressure Jared Goff too early in the process. I'll just keep talking. He's not going to pressure Jared Goff and be like, fans are going to want him and everything, because he's not ready to play. He has an ACL tear, so he's not ready to play. He's going to have an opportunity to get in the field, get ready. Nate Sudfeld maybe backs him up. until Hooker can be ready. But then Hooker gets ready midway through the season. He knows the offense well enough. Now he's the backup. Now next year, Hooker starts to learn it, has a full off season. So you've got Goff for another year, another two maybe. But then you solidify the best or the most important position on the field with Hendon Hooker. There's nothing you need to do. You don't have to look at anything other than just watch this guy play. Flick of the wrist, quick release, massive arm, deadly accurate, pocket with enough athleticism, good size. He is a good quarterback that we just snagged in the 3rd round. And this was after picking up picks and then trading away picks. A great move by Brad Holmes. The number one reason this is a great move is because quarterback obviously is the most important position on the field. You have to have your quarterback room right. Now, you don't want to be grabbing quarterbacks when you need a quarterback, if that makes any sense. Right? Indianapolis Colts, they have nothing, and they just picked up Anthony Richardson. It's like, he's not going to be ready to play, like this year. Now we've got an opportunity to perfectly get him acclimated, give him a year, give him 2. Pressure's off of Goff, pressure's off of him. We all get it. We're like, man, Goff, we got to make a run here. And then now gives us options when Goff gets into that contract season or that contract time. We can decide, yeah, you know what, Goff, you are playing out of your mind. Here's $40 million a year. Fine, go for it. Or, you know what, Goff, you are playing really good, but Hooker's playing really well. We got him in the 3rd round. So now his contract is so manageable and we can build around him. I think we're going to roll with him for a couple of years and then we'll have to pay him, but he's younger, whatever, right? So it's a constant thing of keeping that quarterback room in shape and looking good. And so those are 2 moves that just were kind of under the radar. The Hooker one, not so much, but the Jack Campbell, just under the radar. Is he good? I don't know. Is he slow? Iowa. Maybe that was just me. But everybody and everything you read, this guy is the most athletic linebacker, the biggest linebacker, All-American, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Name what else this guy could do. Captain. Iowa's defense, incredible. I mean, just absolutely incredible. And they're so incredible because the offense didn't do anything. The offense for Iowa, 3 and outs. They're constantly on the field, and so let me know your thoughts in the comments on your favorite draft pick. These are 2 incredible draft picks that are really foundational pieces for a long time to come. Excited to see what else the Lions do to really round this out. We've got undrafted free agents as well, so a lot more to come. So we will see all of you on the next one.